Welcome back, everybody. In this video, we're going to be covering the future of the 76ers. So to start off, they just lost today against the Miami Heat. That was to be expected. I believe that they're about 3-1-3 in their past 20-something games. I'm kind of surprised that they're not being investigated at this moment, just for resting all their starters, and then as well as just losing pretty much every single game. They're estimated to be the fifth worst team at this point, with the Jazz, Pelicans, the Wizards, and the Hornets being worse than them, and then the Nets are slightly behind them. So at this point, just going down to some of the previous draft picks, I do think that to get the first pick in the draft this year, a lot of people are saying that it's going to be the Jazz, just because here the Pelicans have had the first pick. The Spurs were up there, a few other teams. The Wizards even had one semi-recently, and then the 76ers had two. So, the odds come down to it just if you were to reward a team for being bad for the past few seasons, it would probably be the Jazz. The Hornets are up there as well, but they did get the second pick last year. And then, of course, they have LaMelo Ball, who's actually, I believe, the third pick, okay, back in 2020. The Wizards have also had some good picks recently too. They did get Alex Sard last year, which might have been, somewhat rigged just because he didn't want to go to the Hawks. But he was basically going to be the first pick anyway. You got the Spurs, Hornets being a top 6, Portland, the Spurs again, and then Utah was down at 10. And then we have obviously the Sixers at 16, and then the Pelicans at 21. So this gives the, Jazz a lot of room to just, make a jump, especially since they are one of the worst teams this year, and be rewarded for that, since the other teams have already kind of been rewarded. So it's if you're just looking at that, it would give the Jazz to be the only one, who hasn't had that lottery pick yet. Going over it again, you see a lot of the same teams here, and the Jazz just kind of being a tad bit lower. Well, not the Kings anymore, even though the Kings, they probably should tank, but they're still kind of trying to make the playoffs. So Portland, same teams like the Pelicans, Spurs, Wizards, and then Charlotte, those same 5 teams. Obviously Detroit and Houston are doing a lot better this year than they were the previous years. I don't know. So I think that the Sixers, if they would possibly like to contend in the future, then they would definitely need to get Cooper Flagg this year, just because, Paul George hasn't really been a hit. And just building upon that, I think that is the only person that would really make that jump for them, to be a contending team. And then again, obviously, you'll have Embiid, Paul George, Maxey, Jared McCain, all healthy again, and then maybe bring back a few players. So yeah, looking at it again, just covering this, the Nets could possibly have a chance to get that first pick as well. I know that's what a lot of teams were talking about. The Hornets, Cooper Flagg already stated he didn't want to go to the Hornets, so I don't think it would be them. The Nets are a little bit behind, and yeah. The Wizards, like I said, they just got the second pick last year, and have gotten, a top 10 pick 15 years ago. Yeah, that's a lot of time. But, it still counts, I guess. The Jazz, it's been even longer since they've had theirs. And, okay, now that we've made it to this point of the video, I guess we'd like to go over today's trivia question. So it's going to be, how many first overall picks have the 76ers had in their franchise history? So I'll give you a few seconds if you just want to pause the video. And okay, the answer for that is 4. I believe they had Doug Collins back in the 70s, Allen Iverson in 96, and then Ben Simmons in 16, and Markel Fultz in 2017. So now, continuing with the video, some other places that I could see Cooper Flagg going to, that at least I would like, overall, would be the Bulls and the Heat. I don't think a team would jump up that far, pick-wise again, right after it happened with the Hawks basically getting like, I think it was like a 3% chance at it. So yeah, overall, I just would like Cooper Flagg to go to the Sixers, maybe the Heat or the Bulls. And then like some teams that I could also see him possibly going to, but like on a lesser note, would be like the Raptors, Nets, Hornets, Wizards. Those are teams that I like a little bit. I just really don't want him to go to the Jazz, even though that's what I think would be the most likely outcome of this. Looking at our picks in the future as well. So we do have our first round pick this year, because obviously we're not going to fall like out of that top 6 picks and let OKC get that. I really don't think the league would let that happen, especially when, OKC Thunder's the best team at this point. And it does look like we also have a lot of our own, picks coming from the future, 26, 27, 28. We did trade our 29, I believe. Okay, or we just gave like swap rights to it, I think, to the Clippers. But maybe we have theirs. I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, okay. So we have the rights to swap that. So I think we get the better pick and then future picks as well. So we could possibly make a trade. Maybe if we could try to get rid of Paul George, that would probably be best case scenario. I mean, he is a starter, like, caliber player, but just for the money that he's getting paid, it's really going to bring down the, I guess, overall ceiling of the team. We have pretty much everyone under wraps for our next season. I do think that we should bring back Kelly Oubre Jr. and Andre Drummond if they're willing to take that, and I do think that they would. Quentin Grimes, we just traded for him. He's going to probably want like a $20 to $25 million a year contract, so I'm not 100% sure if we can sign him and Yabusele, Gershon Yabusele. He's probably going to be making like 10 to 15 million as well. They're just like depth pieces, but both of them have been kind of carrying the team since all of our stars have been out. So they're going to want to get paid for that. We have Jared McCain, Eric Gordon. I think he would take that player option. And then, we still have Ricky Council, Adam Bona, Jared Butler, and Justin Edwards. I mean, they're really only getting minutes now just because everybody's out. So if we need to fill the roster, I guess we could keep them, but it's something that we could possibly pass on as well. And then Lonnie Walker, I mean, he's from Reading, so it'd be nice to keep him. We did trade for Jalen Hood-Schifino, so possibly he has some potential, just because the Lakers didn't really give him a whole lot of opportunity. So maybe we can work something out with that. And then obviously like our big three of Embiid, PG, and Maxey. So yeah, other than that, I think that, like I said, if we get Cooper Flagg, that would allow us to be contenders. I do think that he would possibly be a starter over Kelly Oubre. So that way we'd probably have like Maxey at the 1, McCain at the 2, PG at the 3, Cooper Flagg at the 4, Embiid at the 5, have Kelly Oubre be our 6th man, and then have like Andre Drummond. If we could sign Quentin Grimes or Yabusele back, that would help as well. They could possibly be a 6th man. So maybe we could get one of those. Eric Gordon makes 8. And then what else do we got here? Ricky Council, Adam Bona. They're not too crazy. Maybe they're like deep bench, but and then Lonnie Walker as well. So that gives us 11 at the moment. So at least we're like a decent 8 deep if we get Cooper Flagg, but without him, I just really don't think that we're going to make too much noise, just because like that lower bench area, it wouldn't be like enough. So that's all for today's video. Thank you all for watching, and hopefully we can get this number 1 pick for the Sixers.